Activating meridians. Alignment. Instability in field. Negative. Charge arriving from matrix field. Positive. Coordinates reached, Commander.
Activate the Sade field.
Activation of multi-dimensional engines.
Launch communications probe.
Power levels to maximum.
Activate all dimensional levels of communication.
Communication established.
The voice you hear is known as Bob. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. This is the last slave planet in the galaxy. Under all agreement, under all rights, under galactic law, we now proclaim this planet free. The descension of the true human consciousness has begun.
Energizing Shambhala diamonds.
The men, women, and children of this planet are now set free.
Grid fields activated.
You have already reached
Activate Shambhala diamond.
critical mass.
Integration onto microcosm. Expanding linear space.
Prepare for landing.
Free space activation. Landing. Caution. All crew members to station. This is the Starship Bob. We are landing.
Well, ho, it's the Darkcity Show. It started with a dreadful silence there for a moment, but
No, I'm actually doing it, Praj. You know, as I did, I thought you said live 5.
okay.
But go on, mate, you're alright, you continue. Roll with it, man.
I was waffling. Dreadful waffle it was, too. I was just going to say that on the show tonight, we've got Dawn, we've got Lee, we've got Paul, or as we like to call him, Bob. We've got Phil, Sarah, Robo, Sudama, and there's me, Prajna, and Carly here. Hello. And Paul, did you have anything to say after those bombs? That sounded like a serious hit to me.
I think that'll be a no. So I'll waffle a little bit, shall I? I'd just like to say a big thank you to Sarah. I really enjoyed that last hour. We just did a show on forgiveness that I think was, I think it went really well, was really worthwhile. And yeah, thank you for having me on your I Am show, Sarah.
No worries, it was my pleasure. I really enjoyed it as well, and I hope a lot of people could relate to that and understand where we was all coming from. Thank you, Callie.
I did think on the run up to this show, it was a week or two ago, on the concept of forgiveness and letting go, a lot of people might not actually grasp that concept of what the bloody hell are we on about? And I thought, well, everybody knows what debt forgiveness is. It's to forget about the debt, isn't it? It's just to forget about it. And that's exactly the same thing with forgiving emotional stuff as well. So I just thought I'd throw that in there, even though we're not doing that anymore.
Well, the great thing about Darkcity Show, of course, is that we can talk about pretty much what we like, and it's always great if we get some feedback from people who are listening. and you're welcome to call in as well. We're hoping to get another call from Mark Mann, our man on the road.
Yeah, he's on the tarmac today in a tunnel. He just went through a tunnel. He'll be back on the other side of the tunnel, we hope, with reports of whatever he's been doing today.
And if you'd like to call in, just add Bob's Backyard on Skype and give that a call on Skype. Or if you don't have Skype, you can call in on an ordinary wired telephone or even mobile telephone and call 0161 298 0298. If you're outside the UK, you can call in even outside the UK. Just add +44 in front of that. So it's +44 161 298 0298. We welcome your calls. We'll add you in and you can have your say.
It's not our radio, it's your radio. So if there are actually, seriously, if there are any issues that you'd like to discuss, any topics you'd like to raise, anything at all, it's your radio. Paul, Bob and Robo have been building this amazing radio station for the past few months. Completely commercial free. Free to everybody to use. They want to open it up to everybody to use, anybody that has anything they want to say. So not only do we welcome your calls, we encourage them. So and whatever it is, we may be a bunch of moon bats, and certainly a lot of the Anons in X-Chat think that we are.
Excuse me, I'm not a moonbat. Thank you.
Apart from Paul Bob, who's completely not a moonbat. But
no, I actually hacked Pal Talk today, which I'm quite proud of. Yes, and we kidnapped. We took a hostage. He was quite a willing hostage, I must say. Earthplay, and we had an improv show. Earthplay as terraforming. That's it. It's like terracotta, isn't it? It had something to do with plant pots. I knew it had something to do with plant pots. But really good, really good. So that might come up in a bit if the lads ever get a chance, because I know they're kind of pretty pulled out at the moment with the renderings and editings and things. So yeah, that was great. That was really good. So yeah, we kind of hacked Pal Talk. We went in with the old Windows server, you know, one-legged Windows server we've got, which is a DC Jim. DC Jim, he's only got one leg. You know, look, he's here. Look. Hi. Oh, no, he's not actually. He's not working now. Well, I just typed that. I don't know. I'll type it here. Look, hi. See, look, there's DCG in chat right underneath Prajna there. He's only got one leg, so we took one-legged Jim out for a bit of a walk on the internet. And, yeah, I was actually going to go and get a few people. Not that I seek retribution or anything, but, you know, like Sarah was saying in a show, and I think it was Mark Mann, actually, and he said people promised him to do things. So I always go and give him another opportunity, you know. Oh, wait, you know that opportunity that I give you to do something, to work together with collectively, to benefit the whole of man and womankind together on this place of Earth, yeah. And you ignored me and said you were going to do it, and then just didn't bother. Would you like the opportunity again? Is that would you like the opportunity again? Would you? I just want to sit in your corner, ignore us, and pretend it didn't happen. Hi, do you remember me? Yes, the one you promised all the stuff to and didn't bother doing. I'm back. Oh shit! I didn't think he'd come back. We used to have an old saying in the old days, you know, if you can get rid of one of them for 20 quid, call it a good deal. It could have been 100 or £1,000. You know, it only cost you 20 quid. But then it's quite a cheap lesson. But yeah, lessons. So I suppose I'd like to dedicate tonight's show on judgment and the victim consciousness. You see, as a perpetrator, as well as a victim, I think the perpetrators don't really get a good crack of the whip. It's all the victims. It's always about the victims. You know, if you ever kind of put yourself, like Mark said, in the shoes of the perpetrator, then you'd know immediately they're all victims. They're all victims. All of them. Well, that's nice and depressing, isn't it? Isn't that depressing? It depresses me, I'll tell you. It's like, what? What do you mean, Bob? There's no way out? All we've got is victim, or if you're really lucky, victim. That's hardly a choice. Right, I've been considering this for a while. It is hardly a choice. It's not really a choice. Not when you get driven into demand. It's not really a choice, is it? And then what we're left with, really, I mean, I'm right with it. You know, forgiveness. Forgive yourself because you didn't do anything wrong. You can't do anything wrong. All you can actually do is learn a lesson. I know some atrocities have took place, and for the people who've been under atrocity, like I say, been a victim myself, lived through it, know all about it, lived abused, been abused, know all about abuse. If you want to know about abuse, I'm your man. Actually, no, I know a girl called George in America, in Australia, and she said she'd show me real abuse. But I don't think it was that kind of abuse she was talking about. But hey, you know. It's the only place in the world where people can come up to you actually in the street and ask you if you like oral sex. It's supposed to be a joke, but it depends who's actually asking you the question, I suppose. Can be more funny if... Anyway, there's another thing, another little journey we won't mention. So yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it. I think that we need to bring these things to the forefront. I need to forgive Winnie right now because she's coughing her lungs up in the back of my room and she's going to cast sorrow at me. You see, no, I knew she'd cast sorrow at me. Like, Mike, I kind of half set her up for doing it. Oh, she's going to excuse herself now. It's like Mark was saying, we set ourselves up, we set us mates up, we set one another up. We do it all the time, you know. We just do it. You know, you say it to somebody who you know is always late, right, don't be late. And then they're like, bitch, I knew she was going to be late. She's not fucking late again. She's always fucking late. I'm like, every time I'm like, blah, 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 blah. You're off on one. I mean, I've been there, you know what I mean? I really have. No, I haven't, actually. I'm always on time. If the fuckers don't turn up, I'll walk away. I'm going to do it again, I'll tell you. Well, they might, but I don't. So yeah, it's a bit of a bit of a setup. You know, you're getting angry at the person and you're actually saying that you actually know that they're going to be late anyway. I mean, who are you actually angry at? Are you angry at them for being late? Are you angry at yourself for not fucking listening to yourself in the first place? I mean, I go for the latter, you know. Normally I get angry and upset at myself because I haven't listened to myself. We had a chat about this. A few days ago, actually. Could have been a week ago. In fact, it could have been fucking 20 minutes ago, actually, at the moment. My entire perception of time has come a bit constant. I think I've moved into the constant mind-time loop. Can you have a constant time mind loop? No, you can't, can you? Obviously not. So, yeah, that's what I'd like to dedicate this little bit of the show to the perpetrator and judgment. You see, because I reckon, once we get rid of the victims, them are the perpetrators as well, of course, as I already pointed out. Right, I mean, and it wouldn't work. Don't think, oh, well, we'll just get all the perpetrators and we'll kill all the victims. Hey, God can sort it out. Oh, right. God can sort it out. You really think? Right, okay, you see what I mean? It's pretty unbalanced, isn't it? You know, let's kill everybody. Let's kill them all. Let's kill everybody and we'll have a world full of perpetrators. No, they'll just victimise one another. Come on, they're already victims, aren't they? And you know, on the other side of it, right down at the other end of it, right, is the victims going, oh, somebody comes along and does something about it. I hope somebody comes along with it. Right, and both sides of that are tragic. I know I make a bit of fun of it. Like, I usually light-hearted, you see, because it's not a nice place to be. I've been there. I've kind of been at both ends of it, you know, and it's just shite. You know, as a bloke, you lose your temper. I don't know what blokes say. You lose your temper as a bloke proper, right? And you do that blackout stuff and you come round and there's bits of people's bodies all over the place, right? I'm telling you, it's as bad as it being done to you. And you get, oh, do this, you do that. You've never done anybody physical harm in your life because you've really done them physical harm. You've really done it, I'm telling you. You don't go out bragging about it. It's the last thing you do. It's sickening. Pushed into that position. No perpetrators, they're all victims. And I know it's tricky. But either end of it, they're just totally and absolutely bollocks in it. You know what I mean? There's no good, is there? No good, is it? It really isn't. But somewhere in the middle, right, I reckon there's this group of desperados, you know what I mean? Just, you know, like a cast out of any corny movie you could ever imagine, right? You know, Mr. Cheesy Movie 2005, you know? There it is. Mr. Cheesy Movie. Right in the middle of it all. To me, they're the most balanced people you could possibly get. I don't know. Bit of one of them morons, innit, from Oxy. Right, but, you know, work with me a bit. Balance? Nah, there is no real balance here. Not like, you know, you go, well, you know, we have to find our inner center and become balanced in the true oneness of the universe. Crock of shit. There is no oneness balance of the universe. It's an imbalance. It's always been imbalanced, right? It's not fair. That's right, because there's an imbalance. Well, there's an imbalance. It's not right. Well, because you were all wiped yourselves out thousands of generations ago. Come on. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter what happens, right? Doesn't matter what happens, what kind of devastation comes, right? There's always enough to carry on. Always enough to be carry on, you know? Don't take it personal, just because it's not going to be you. You know, because you're living with this mental attitude that's not advanced for like 2,000 years. You know, you're still running around with a religious hierarchy or bullshit system, right? And then you're like, oh yes, well, we need to have an alternative. I don't mean to be pessimistic, but it's a bit late now. Just a tad. And of course it's not anything to be worried about or to be scared about, because the alternative, so-called, actually left the alternative, and there's a big empty alternative section, so you can move into that if you like. But bear in mind, the people who took the alternative realised that that alternative wasn't the true aim, wasn't the true goal, it wasn't the destination. So I go with the desperados in the middle. I'm not really interested in those at one end who, you know, it's all love, light and peace, let's be harmonious, right, and you end up with a big pile of child victims. That's what you end up with. Stood around and wait for somebody else to sort it out. The world's all beautiful and it's all harmonious. And the other side of it is kill them all, let God sort it out. Come on, meet me in the middle, brothers and sisters. Don't bring them with you, though, because we are not the middlemen. They are. We can work with one another, one-on-one, in groups, fragmented groups, connecting together through our new internet networks. Not just the internet, but our networks, the social networks. And by social networks, this is what I mean by my social network, right? Just check my social network out, right? 1 second, have I got enough lead? All right, Neil. Hello. All right, Paul. All right, Winnie. Yeah. There's my social network. You see what I mean? My social network. Now, don't get me wrong. We're all here talking to you. Let me sort my microphone out. Where am I going? See, that's my social network. My social network's here as well. It's in my home. It's in my community. It's in with the people I talk to on the internet and off the internet. It's when I go shopping. Well, not when I went shopping today, because I was like a whippet. I was like a whippet on an early June morning, chasing that first ferret out. Hey, come on, lads, let's get that first air. I was a man on a mission. But, you know, for the majority of the time when I'm out and about, you know what I mean, just try and get that there. So I put that little bit of light on the subject. And by light, I don't mean going round, you know, you are now a sacred master. No, I'm not that kind of light. Do you know, just kind of diminish the dark a little bit. Walk into the shadow. Not by scaring it away, but walking into it and communicating with it. Nothing to be scared of here. There really isn't. There really isn't. Oh yeah, I can change my tone. It's all going to get you. Look out now. Look out now. Buy a shovel. Buy a shovel, ladies and gentlemen. Buy a shovel from the Darkcity Survival Store. Without this very special shovel, you will not be able to dig a grave. Remember, to put in your grave, make sure now it's big enough for you and all your family. Inside it, you will need supplies. That's right. You'll need our seeds. But these are not any old seeds. These are heirloom seeds. These seeds are the oldest, crappiest seeds we had on stock. We used to call them normal seeds, but now they're that old, we just renamed them heirloom. Get your heirloom seeds, guaranteed to grow after a nuclear winter. Sponsored by Monsanto. Those are handy, aren't they? We'll have some seeds, that's right. Now you've built... Now, you see, you get my point. I'm not going to go right into it, because I could do. I could go on for hours. Hours about this shit. Really could. So where do we go? Let's go with the desperados. Individual, self-empowered. Telling you, these people who walk past you in the street, you'll know about it. You'll know about it, alright. Yeah, they'll attract your attention. Flicker your eye. I'm telling you, you'll know about it. You might like them, you might dislike them. Do you know what I mean? Really, at the end of the day, them desperados, they don't give a flying monkey's hoot. Do you like my new one? Flying monkey's hoot. They might let me back on American radio, eh? No fucking chance. Right. They don't really give a monkeys. They don't care either way. Right. Whether you like what they're doing or you don't like what you're doing. You see, the desperados are just trying to trigger a reaction. That's all it is. So hopefully we've started to trigger a real negative reaction on Dark City Radio, right? Because we don't want you to listen anymore. We only needed it to be tested for a period of time to see if it works. Well, it works now. It works. So you don't need to listen anymore. Thank you very much for your appreciation and your time in our social media experimentation, and you can now all turn your radio off. Thank you. Over to you, Prajna.
I was only going to say that we're free to say frack on the radio now. You can say fracking as much as you like on the radio. It's one of those words that that should be really offensive. In fact, what it represents is one of the most offensive things on the planet. Carly, what?
I need to ask, baby, what the frack is fracking?
Surely everybody by now knows what fracking is. It's pumping a whole lot of toxic chemicals into the ground to try and destroy the planet, as if the planet wasn't destroyed enough already, in the hopes of getting some shale gas or something out to further pollute the planet, and it's dire stuff. But we don't have to abuse monkeys or anything, Paul. We can just say frack.
Over to you.
I've lost him.
For frack's sake.
Or he's lost for words.
Great. I don't know who you're referring to being lost for words, whether it be Leah, Saddam, or Robo Hippie or Phil. Obviously, he couldn't be lost for words, wouldn't be pertaining to Sarah or the delectable dawn of the Dark City. It must be me, I reckon. What was he going to say? Can you remember? A good mate of mine would have said, I'll tell you about the fracking coats. I tell you right where them fracking coats are. Them fracking coats coming right up the South Fracking Coast. Right? Fracking coats. And you know where you find all the fracking coats? On the fucking BBC! That's where you find them! On the fucking BBC! Bunch of fracking paedophile coats! I think that was a bunch of... Never mind. You see what I mean? These people, you just can't... You can't let them out in public, you know what I mean? It's scary. Yeah, I mean, but it's really what... I've got to agree with you, Prajna, Kelly. I mean, people should be running around and getting really upset about the fracking coots. Have you not seen the coot population and what's actually occurred there up the south coast? On the breeding lands, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to the entire breeding land of all them coots? It's not right. He's got it right. You know, he is right. You know, them little baby coots, where will they be? And the wee lovely little coots. They really are. I mean, they're really lovely little things, the coots. And there's nowhere else to go. You know, that's the only place they've got to be. So, the moorhens will take over. Oh, will they? Robo reckons the moorhens are moving in. Terrible Robo, innit? What'll happen to the little coots? All them little coots, they'll have nowhere to go early when they come up with them frackers. You'd think they'd notice, wouldn't you? Do you know when they drill holes in the ground in the United States of America, right, and everything fucking dies? It's like, yeah, that worked. That was great. Let's do it some more. Hang on a minute, guys. Just come here. Come over here, look at that. You see that there? Yeah? That used to be where all the people used to gather and gather the water. Yeehaw. Yeah, that's great, isn't it? Let's do some more. We can make great big lovely pools in the great big stinking black puddles of spew. Let's do some more. I don't know, there's something not right there. It's not just me, is it? No? Yeah. Yeah, it's not just me. I'm sure that somewhere, you know, way beyond anything I can even begin to imagine to conceive, there is some kind of intelligence behind let's drill holes in the ground, pump it full of shit. Can you imagine walking up to your mum, right, with a dirty, great big eyes syringe, right, full of cleaning solution, and sticking it in the top of her head, right? Dink, skunk, how do you feel now, mummy? Was that all right? Now I've put this great big steel pipe right down inside you and punch you full of shite. Is that okay? Is that all right? I'm telling you, honey, what they do to my mother is ridiculous. It's ridiculous what they do to my mum. And by my mum, I mean the giver of all things that you've got. Every single thing around you given to you by her freely. Without condition, without judgment. Without condition, without judgment. Everything. Everything you touch. Every experience you've ever had. Wherever you go. I'll tell you the fucking cunts are. It's not them drilling holes in the ground. What are you going to do with all this energy? Somebody whacked a word, one single word I saw, and it said, transmute. Come and tell us all about transmutation. Now there's a word, isn't it? Transit, motion, moving. Tran, we used to call it in the old days when we first started hacking the codes, eh, Robo?
Aye.
Aye. So we'll have fun with it. We will reveal it chunk by chunk. Just keep listening to it. Little bits of it will come out. It's pretty obvious. Can't give it anybody. Nobody can give it anybody. That's the truth of it. That is the truth of it. It's not about what others are doing to this world. It's about what we're doing to ourselves, what we're grounding down through our bodies. You know what I mean? There's not a lot I can do about the fracking coots coming up the south coast. Well, actually, I suppose I could do a few things too. But, you know, in the long term, it wouldn't actually have any benefit. Really wouldn't. They just come and stick something else somewhere else and pump more shite into something else because they can't deal with it. Sound familiar? Do you know what? I can't handle my own delivery. I think my delivery is terrible. But people are telling me the more I dislike my own delivery, the more I seem to be able to deliver it. Which is a bit weird. So I'm sure that kind of shit goes on for these other so-called people who've just completely lost it. I mean, they've lost it, haven't they? I mean, I can't beat up on them. I can't say they're bad or they're evil or, the rich elite are ruling the world from their house of insanity. Can you hear what's being said? Yeah, they're insane. They're completely nuts. They're insane. They're bonkers. They've lost it, okay? Well, don't beat up on them. We've got to come up with the ideas. We can't keep looking at this old, mad, lumbering dinosaur, right? And it really has. You know, when the rich elite type attitudinal groups kind of move their head from one side, it rattles. You can hear it roll over, you know. They're like them, you know, them office desk toy things. You know, tink, tick, 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 dunk, tick, 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 tick. You know, them balls all lined up, one it's one end, one it's the other. Hey, you know, they're like that. The little pea inside the head rolls to one side and it clunks on one side and the next one clunks on him and he clunks on him and they all clunk along together until it gets to the end and he jumps away and turns round and headbutts his friend in the face. And it all goes back again. And they're all happy. You see, it's just like some desk toy. You can't keep making them responsible. You can't keep blaming them. I'm right with that. Another great point by Sarah, as far as I was concerned. I think it was Sarah, yeah, it was. About blame. It's that fucking judgment again, isn't it? Where did it come from, this judgment? Where does this, right? That's it, the desperados, right? Because I suspect we were all desperados at one point, unique, perfect, sentient, conscious individuals, you know, here for having a job and a good time and rocking it in a real world which is like just so fucking amazingly good, your breath taken away instantly. I said it should be. Sheer ecstasy all the time. What happens? We transcend back down into this realm of like, what's happening? Why are we sunk down to the lowest of the low and all these people who keep pointing their finger at one another and going, you did it, they did it, oh, I can't do it because somebody did this. Oh, I can't do it. What is all that about? Well, that's what happens when it ain't tram, when it isn't in transit, when it isn't moving, when it's not doing anything. That's why you've got to get it moving. You just got to push it. Maybe you've got to pull it a little bit. Just get it moving. That's the big one with energy and all that, you know. Let's go and do the sacred. You know, I joke about it all right, but I've been there and I've done it. I've been down the path, you know what I mean? Some of that shite, I'm telling you. Some of that stuff, right, rocks, proper, good. But I tell you, you don't get it from anyone else. You don't get it from anybody else. Oh yeah, you can get instruction, you can get lessons, just like you get a bleeding driving lesson, but you don't take your driving instructor with you all the time, do you? You know, what's that? Well, my mum did, actually. Did she pass on the 13th go? It's ridiculous. But, you know, for the majority of us in life, you know, you need your mates to help you pedal your bike and you've got stabilisers. They come off, you work, you know. The same thing with energy. You've got to do it yourself. You've got to do it yourself. It's going to be a passenger. Well, that's all right. You want to be a passenger, that's fine. Don't start bitching when the driver takes a wrong turn. Because that's what happens. You know, if we're not ready to live, if we're not ready to live in compassion, if we're not ready to live in love, then let's not live in blame because we can't handle it. Let's not just, oh, we're not attacking anybody this week, let's have a go at my neighbour. I haven't seen anything on the news that has fed my destructive part of my consciousness today. I think I'll go out and drink 12 pints of lager and beat on a woman. It's like an addiction. Do we really want to turn it off? Do you want to get all them masses? I know I'm talking to a minority, but you know, do you want to get all them masses? Do you want to get all them masses? Do you want to do that, really? I'm telling you, I'm not into all that. Can you imagine if they weren't being fed aggression and bullshit and sex off the telly all the time? If they weren't, right, already programmed to sexualise their own children in their own homes. Oh, yeah, but it's all right. It's okay. Everybody does it. No, it's not all right. Just because other people do it don't mean it's right. I don't mean it's right. I mean, if we got something bleeding right here, we wouldn't be carrying on doing the same things over and over again, expecting a different outcome. We would be living in that place and that point of utopia. Yeah, I might be a crazy guy. I might be nuts. I might be bonkers. But I tell you what, I'll have a go. Why not? Why not? Why not come together as a group of people and try and create something that's different? Yeah, we're not alternative media. We're not the fringe media. Alright? You see, we're not any of them things, right? Because you can't put us in a bleeding box. The only box you can put us in is different. Right? And get ready to have another box ready because we're going to be different. That means we're going to change. Always changing, fluctuating. Always. We've got to embrace it. And it sounds like that's what I'm saying we're all going to do. I'm not actually telling you that's what you've got to do. I'm saying tough shit. That's what you're already doing. It's too late. It's too late. We are the desperados. We have breached it. We have got to that no man's land. Enemies of old. Lovers. Family members. Old, new, lost and found. Now let's embrace one another. Right in the middle of the field of conflict. There's my army. There's my army. Right in the middle of all of them. They're not sat on one side saying nothing can be done, and they're not sat on the other side waiting for somebody else to do it. They're having a go. Broken. Battered. Every one of them a hero. everyone worthy of a story or a song. Every one of them. Every one of them. And that includes you lot. All 6,800. We've just gone over the top of Alex Jones. I'm making that up actually, but it's funny, isn't it? Really. So I've got an idea, mate. I've got an idea to stick two fingers up at people. It's only a bit of fun, right? But I want to stick two fingers up at the media system. I want to try and orchestrate an event where, and all we need to do for this event, right, is to get, right, 3,500 people, right, around the world, it doesn't matter, right, to tune into the stream for half an hour. I think we'll just put a countdown clock on it. And what we can do is we can put in the meta tag, and that means you'll see it on your stream. I could actually have a look. You should see something from the last tune, unless the lads put it in tonight. It says show intro Darkcity, really, but it should say up there at the moment, you know, call in the show live now. If you want to ring, then call +44 161 2980 298 or Skype Bob at bobsbackyard, and we'll get you on the show. Not seeing any ones in my window or anything. They're all a bit quiet. So, you know, get on here and help me out. So, where was I? Yeah, right. So this is my orchestrated event, right, where individuals come together, right? What we're asking you is half an hour of your computer time. I don't know what the day is, right, but get this out there, right? Just get this out there for us, peeps, you know? And what I want to do is, in that tag, which you can see in your player, like I say, it says show intro now, Darkcity Radio. In that, I'm going to put Alex Jones, why won't you let Rick Simpson talk about a cure for cannabis? And we'll bring it right up to InfoWars, right, on the mythical social platform, right. Now look, they've got lots of cash, right. They can launch thousands of clones to send individual IPs and make it look like there's thousands of people. We're not. We're just peasant people. We're the peasant people, we are. We're all dumb peasants, right? But we've got the internet, and each one of us has got a thing called an IP, right? That means if you can tune into our radio, right, we can put two fingers up at the world. Now, if we can get this right, we can have some proper fun with this, I'm telling you. Because they all go off the ratings. I'm not talking about attacking anything here. Right, this isn't destroying anything, right? This is using their scoreboard. So can you imagine if you could get to the top of the scoreboard and put, like, you know, I don't know, whatever you want. We'll have a competition. You know. We'll have a competition, and whoever comes up with the best slogan. I want to put up there, you know what I mean? Let Rick Simpson on InfoWars. And Darkcity Radio. Do you know, I just wanted to get that up there, so I come up with the idea. So yeah, that's my new orchestrated if you get bored event, right? But it's got to be orchestrated. We've got to do it. There's no way we can just get 3,000 people to come in and like that, you know what I mean? We'd have to pull his fingers out to do that. And we might have to do it in 3 hits, because we might break things, and they might just kick us off. They might not like it. They might just go, you cheeky bunch of shitheads from the north. On your way. You're not coming over here putting two fingers up at our Alex. It might be, you know. But hey. So yeah. Besides actually orchestrating the actual error at your bank by ringing up your bank, because if you ring up your bank, obviously you're in error. That's been my nicest scam. I've actually been paid £85 now. So that works out at over £25 an hour. So I'm thinking about maybe doing that full time. And I have explained how to do that on an earlier video, and there's some other clips kicking around as well. So yeah, I've actually got that. I've been paid £85 in total. For I think it was 3 hours and a few minutes in total calls to the bank. Now, remember to tell them that you're using the hypergalactic pulsar research and development communication device at 57 pence a second. I didn't. I said there was a base charge of all calls for £41 something or other. You see, if they can't find it, it's not real. Same with Bitcoins, you see. It's not in our book. It's not real. Crazy. Crazy stuff. Anyway, what's happening? Barry Price, sounds like you're having a ball. I am, Barry. Why don't you call in? Have we got any numbers? Destroying the illusion. Phil's having a giggle. It's all very quiet. I've got Suduma clapping his hands, but that's Suduma sits in corner and claps his hands on them every day. Hey! Hello! They're great, them little smileys, aren't they? So,
Phil says laughing out loud.
There's life in there. Prajna, hello!
Hey. Phil says he's laughing out loud, but isn't this the way with all these keyboard warriors? They just type LOL and think that's the same as laughing out loud. Really, you've got to tune into a radio station and do a bit of laughing, have you not?
You've got to unmute your mic and laugh out loud and stuff.
We like to generally do it by the numbers here, but sometimes, you know.
There aren't any.
So who we got? Very quiet. Dawn, you're. We keep saying the Northerners. Paul qualifies much more than we do as a Northerner, but you're a bit further north than that, even, aren't you?
That's right.
What's happening up north?
She's been training me.
I am the puppet master from up north.
Do you spend all your time talking to Vosto in the evenings, Dawn?
I talk to numerous people in the evenings. Why do you ask?
I mean, just because your voice seems to have got rather gravelly and mysterious.
It is that time of night. I've had a long day. And I am winding down. And I don't really know why I'm speaking in an Irish accent. Because I'm not Irish, believe it or not.
I can fix it.
It was the power of Patrick earlier. He tends to linger around. You need to burn some incense and do some chanting, dearie.
Perhaps I might consider that. See, I'm still doing it. Why am I doing it?
Yeah.
Sorry, you've broken his curse. That was it. It's just the incense, the psychic incense and psychic. See, we lit a few candles and that's it. He'll be all happy. Sit in his corner now, Patrick. He'll be right.
I think I'm back to normal now.
Just say "coo" and it will come right.
Coo. For some reason, the Darkcity crew are obsessed with me saying the word "coo." I have absolutely no idea why.
Well, it's just me, really, Dom. My favourite word used to be papadum. Still a good word. It's not the best word though now. I've got two best words at the moment, right? Because I'm quite fiddled, you know. Don't get too comfortable with you. Because I could be gone. I don't know the word. It's just like what is it about that word? And that's sheeps. I've got coo. You can't just be cow. You can't say, oh, look at that cow, and oh, look at those sheep. No, like the sheeps. And straight, and you've got to see it like, you know what I mean, like, man, as you're seeing the sheeps, so it's got to be sheeps. It's just brilliant. I heard Jabba say it the other day, and it was just like, it's just great. That is just great. And then Dawn's key, it's just, you see? So I'm a bit weird. I actually accept I'm a bit odd, you know, and that sheep, and especially coo, it's become like Tourette. I'm walking around the house and suddenly I'm going, coo! Coo! So I've actually discovered what it is now. I've actually contracted my cow disease.
From me?
I don't know. What do you mean from you?
I don't know. That's what you were leading to.
oh, right, over the internet. Yeah, look out, everybody. You heard it first here from the Tue factory inside Dark City. Look out. You can catch mad cow disease over the internet.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, it's quite funny, though. Yes, I've been infected by the Northern Q. Q. Billy Connolly did that, didn't he, about, like, if you got mad cow disease, you should get big udders so everybody can see you and stuff, you know. Well, it was a brilliant scenario, really. You know, if you got that, was it bovine foot and foot virus? What was it? Foot and mouth disease. Then you'd walk around going, see? That was Billy. Okay, you gotta like Billy, haven't you? See, I've got a fondness for Scots. Hey, got a fondness.
Okay.
I was told my grandfather was Scottish. That's where I got my colouring from and all that, you know, but it turned out he was English and called Warburton, and my mum's mum was a prostitute. It's like, well, that's very warming, isn't it? And then you can understand why some of these good Christian families like to keep secrets. Anyway, on that uplifting note, Bradsner. I was just smashing Callie, I can feel her coming in. Callie, come on.
I was just going to butt in and say that my boy's first word was prolapse. We were living on a farm at the time, or visiting farms quite often at the time, and this was, he just thought that was such a fascinating word.
Your radio. This is Dark City Radio.
This is your Dark City. This is your Dark City.
This is your Dark City.
This is your
We'll all join in
and
sing a little song. Green bottom pie. Hey, boy, are we there yet? Hello, Jingle Bells. I've got a big bong, I'll smoke it. What? What you shouting?
See what happens when you lose Skype on the server. It all goes pear-shaped for a moment.
Yeah, the whole crew goes bonkers. We're like...
Right, Dawn. I don't know what happens. Server goes down.
So as I was saying about prolapses,
exactly.
that was my boy's first word, and so he brought it up in every opportunity, especially in polite company. And it was rather interesting. You don't sort of coo and say, "Oh, he said dad." Carly, you had something.
No pun intended.
Befuddled. Befuddled is one of the finest words in the English language.
It's not as good as pappardom. Nowhere near as good as cow. I'd take your befuddled and bring my cow and sheep. Anything you want. My cow, sheep and pappardom would take your befuddled on. It's a wonderful word, pappardom. Excuse me.
But you can't really fault a word like befuddled, can you? Because it sounds like exactly what it is. Befuddled. I'm all of a fuddle. I mean, what's a fuddle in the first place? And then to be fuddled, that's just messed up, isn't it? And that's what befuddled means.
And what is to be gruntled as well? You hear about people being disgruntled. You hear about a lot of people being disgruntled. But how often do you hear about people actually being gruntled? You don't even find it in esoteric spiritual circles, do you? Really? Gruntled? You hear about enlightenment and nirvana and all this kind of thing, but you never hear about...
Is it there, or is this just developed into the namings of the cast of the new Harry Potter movie?
Gruntled.
Gruntled, befuntled and muntled, was it? I mean, esoterical bruntled. I'm telling you. Watch out around these orange hippies, you know.
And this synchronicity keeps biting us as well, because we walked past some hogwarts today on our walk this morning, and I was just thinking that what you were talking about,
Harry Potter.
Yeah, him.
You're all mad. You're all completely mad.
Aye, that's right, but don't you stray from the path. It's a full moon tonight, dearie. It's a full moon.
Sorry, Paul, you were about to go on to...
Won't you cast your sorrow with me? I know that, that bitchy put word casting. She cast sorrow with me.
I withdraw the casting of that particular spell. And forget what I... Oh, no, that's what I was going to say. No, nothing to do with the moon. No. Prajna went out this afternoon to go and help clear some land for a friend. And
real physical work, proper work.
And so I potted around for the afternoon on my own, and I'm a good little wifey, I am. And I got out the needle and thread, and I started stitching Prajna's trousers where they got holes in them, because I am a good little wifey. Anyway, this stitching, it's turned into the two little holes, and one of them is now a bumblebee, and the other one is now a flower. How cool is that?
That's proper hippie flower power stuff. And they're both orange.
Of course. Anyway,
so I've got a question from chat. And it says, how long has Dark City been on air? Too long. Next question. Any more questions from yeah, we think we better shut it down before it gets too popular. We're trying to have the most unpopular. We don't really want anybody to tune in now. That's it. We stop tuning in. We feel responsible for people, and we don't like feeling responsible, you know. And we start to feel responsible for the listeners. So, yeah, just appreciate it if you don't.
And we did a social experiment the other day, and we posted it out on Facebook to say, don't listen to Dark City Radio right now, and we put the link in there, and lots of us did it. I told everybody
the server was on fire. Not ringing. And server's on fire. And then I thanked everybody for not ringing in afterwards.
So what was the result of that?
I think there was double the numbers of that prize who actually went, all right then, we won't tune in.
What are you hiding? They were thinking, let's see what these people are hiding by telling us not to bother listening to their radio stations.
Oh no, there was hundreds of thousands of people who decided not to. We were successful. There was a few of them, like the disruptive ones, who would come in, and I clocked all their IPs and logged them all on the server. See? And you come in and you say to people, don't touch that over there. They'll come in and touch it straight away as soon as your back's turned. They used to call it the feminine thing, didn't they? You know, you go in and you say, like, whatever you do, right, you do whatever you want here, right, well, don't open that cupboard.
I actually got the official results in. We had 65 million people in Britain not tune in that night.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's a lot. You were all set to tune in, and they all were waiting on Facebook, poised. And we put that up there, and they turned off. That's what it was.
Millions and millions of them just not tuning in. It was incredible.
Anyway,
so obedient they were.
Say again, Lee, mate.
They're just so obedient.
Oh, yes. Oh, they did exactly what they were told. We said to them, don't tune in, and out of the entire population of the world, there was only 5.
12. It was 12 when it went down to 11. I was watching, Paul.
Oh, excuse me. I actually estimated we'd risen up 50%. I saw it go from 8 to 12, you see. And that's the figures I used, 8 to 12. Easy maths. So yeah, it had risen 50% by telling people not to do something. But saying that, when I actually post, live now, a show,
yep. It's got to be working, because we haven't sent that message out tonight. We've got 14 listening.
I did send that tonight. I didn't do the early one. I missed it, but I did. Yeah. I just like to say, with the numbers and stuff like that, we've been getting just a few hits with stuff. It is new, and look, if we started to get 40, 50,000 hits, right, I'd be fucking suspicious, very suspicious, that we got somebody amongst us who is working for a PSYOPs group, There's hundreds of them. There's not one or two, there's hundreds of them. Go and have a look. There's stuff breaking all over the internet now. We spoke about it a long while ago. People thought we were crazy. I'm not going to go into it again. I've gone on about it. Go back and look at the archives. Go and pick up the early Darkcity Show. We've gone on about it repeatedly. I'm sick of going on about it now, to be honest. I'm glad there's other people starting to notice it. I'm glad it's coming to the forefront. But don't come bitching at me, alright? We've moved on now. We've created an alternative from that. And don't start telling me you've created an alternative doing exactly the same as what you were doing before. It's not even it's not even divergent. It's not, oh, let's do the same thing again, but call it something else. Yee-hee! It's like, here we go. So yeah, good stuff, I reckon, anyway. I reckon. These, like I say, 16 people, it turns into an army. It's ridiculous when they come out with their stupid numbers. And I kind of got fed up with doing that as well. Our average figures are somewhere near average. And actually, our perspective for fiscal growth over the next projective is way above average. At times we will drop below the average, but we will steadily realise, according to the average of the previous average. Full of shit, aren't they, really, you know? Aren't they? I mean, the number of truthers we've come across in the last few months. Oh, it's unreal. And Robo Hippie, right, sat there in back gone. Have you finished? Your average, your actual maximum on your stream, the real figures you've attained so far is 4. It's great when he says it. It's 19. Yes, you're 69,000. You're 68,800. No, 68,880 actually materialises down to 27. You can hear them crash and burn. It's not about the numbers. And in the next breath to say, my listeners, yeah, all 27 of them, they were on your account, you daft bastards. I know that, I mean, on a certain radio station, because the funniest thing about it all, and to me it's ludicrous, they're really proud of their 27 hits. Well, excuse me, that was me with clones. You've never had 27 people. I just felt sorry for you, alright. Could have given you thousands, but you started throwing rocks at us for being nice to you. It's unique IPs, that's how they do it. That's how they can keep them up there, these big corporations, and all these little stations come along with the best of intentions. And they do. They all start like that. Well, except for one or two. Do you know, like the live beheading jihad people, you know, it's just like they're just nuts, aren't they, right? You know, on anybody's level. But yeah, they all start with good intention. They all start with good intention. Has somebody noticed Barry trying to ring the station? Can you see him there, Robo? Is he? Hello? Robo? Hey, thank you. Hello, Barry. Oh, right. Bye, Barry.
Hi, I was in the kitchen cleaning. I just got to the button and added him.
Yeah, but he don't want to play now. Oh, he's ringing again. Oh, he's stopped ringing again now. He's good at this, Barry. What's happened to Don? Don fell off. Barry can't get in. Is the server up? Server's up, Dawn's down, Barry's fell off, man overboard.
The server's off, I was talking to him, you should make a game, so everything could have been broken for all you know, but no, it's all good. Server's fine.
Look out, there's a giant turtle coming towards Prague now. You can see it in the cam picture. Oh no, not your webcam picture, excuse me. So there you go, Barry's actually here and now. Barry's actually gone again, and my machine's just gone blank. And just a minute. Oh,
hey, there you guys are.
Oh,
you were hiding on me.
No, we were hiding, Barry. It's just you can't get. Yeah,
well, it sounds like you're having a pretty laid-back show today. But one thing I wanted to bring you guys heads up on was I'm getting all kinds of tweaks here this morning. That SISTA has been stopped in the Senate. I haven't done the research myself yet, but I'm going to look into it right away here. I just got in the House about half an hour ago, and I listened to the show for a few minutes. So I just thought I'd bring that up to you on SISTA.
Your sister? She's been voted in the Senate?
Well, it went through one phase. No, I haven't looked. Okay, I'm not going to say anything until I find out exactly what's going on. But apparently it has been blocked. First they go through the Senate and then the House, and I believe I'll go to the tweaks. I just got in. I haven't had a chance to look at it. But there's 3 tweaks here telling me that it has been stopped, whatever that means. So I'll look into it. But everybody should have a quick look at that and see if it's true or what's going on behind the scenes there. Like I said, I haven't looked myself, but these are the tweaks I'm getting. So
Senate? I thought you said your sister had been voted into the Senate.
No, sister.
Right, no, I've got you now, right?
My sister in the Senate. Whoa,
Yeah,
would that be a dream? Would that be a dream true?
Yeah, this is the United States basically saying they're not happy enough to have their hands in all your affairs, foreign affairs, but now they want to come and put your finger in your computer as well, you know?
The United States is putting their finger in every aspect of your life, buddy.
Oh, well, you know what? The weird thing is, I'm not actually in America.
Well, you know what? I spend my evenings listening to info shows in America, and every night I spend 2 or 3 hours listening to syndicated shows here, and every one of them is pushing the alarm bells right now as to all the moves that Obama's making. So
yeah, we're not though, man. Barry, you're all right, man. They're not going to do anything. You're right. The American people aren't stupid enough to be manipulated into a civil war. All right, I'm telling you. But listen, don't tell anybody. Listen, don't tell anybody. Listen, the American government.
Okay, I won't tell anybody.
Barry, listen to me. Shh. Listen, man. Secret this, right?
Okay.
Listen.
Okay.
You're right.
Okay.
The American government spent billions of pounds, right, trying to coerce the people, right, into thinking they're a terrorist. Right. Shh, don't tell it that, Barry.
Yeah, I know. I'm a terrorist, buddy. You're talking to one.
This is what Alex told me, right? Alex said to me, right, as long as we don't, Barry, it's not funny. As long as I don't tell anybody about this, I can have the helicopter.
Oh, you're killing me, man. Okay, we won't tell anybody, okay? We'll keep it to ourselves. Oh, I knew you were going to get me laughing here. You're in that kind of mood today, aren't you?
I'm very serious today about it.
Well, I am too. You know what, buddy? We got to laugh a little bit to take away the insanity of what we're seeing, okay? Because if we don't laugh a little bit, we will go totally insane, buddy.
Would you agree, Barry, that beauty is in the eye of the beholder?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, yes. When you look at my wife, you would say yes. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
No, I don't really want to be looking at your wife.
No, I'm just kidding. Buddy.
I've got them
yes, I believe
like
that.
Sir.
I was just trying to make you laugh. Anyways, yeah, I believe that statement.
Is it Superman 3 where they've got that dumb Superman? You know, they come from the other Supermans, the black, evil Superman, big Superman, there's 3 of them. Can't remember which one it is. Well, I'm like the big stupid one. But I tell you what, man, when I look at them girls, something happens. So you don't want me looking at your missus, mate. It's not a good idea. Don't get me looking at me. I don't want to. You know, you're a nice guy and all that, and I don't want to. You know, it's not a good idea. Anyway, where were we, Barry? Before you got me thinking about your missus.
What? You lost me there, buddy, for a second. I don't know where we were. What were we talking about? Talk about anything you want to talk about.
The conversation, you're quite right. She's a tasty piece, isn't she? You don't need to send me them photographs, though, Barry. Oh, no, that's not your wife. Excuse me. Somebody else is trying to date the server. Gets photographed now as well, the server.
Well, you told me you were going to send me a little bit of cash, so I figured I'd send the pictures, man.
Beauty was the beauty in the eye of the beholder, Barry, you see.
Well, that's a very valid statement.
Would you agree with it? Yeah. I kind of look at that, and it's like, what's in their eye? What are they looking for? You know, what we're looking for? I mean, they're not looking for beauty, are they? They're not seeing it. And
well,
I think
there is not a lot of beauty in the world right now, bud. Unfortunately, that's an ugly statement to say, but true.
I've got to disagree with you, man. I mean, I've seen some beautiful people, mate, right? And they're some of the ugliest mugs you'd ever see in your life, and they just love one another. And you see it all the time. What around Manchester? You've got Mr. Gorgeous and Mrs. Ugly. And then Mr. Ugly and Mrs. Gorgeous. And I'm like, what's all that about? I look in the mirror, mate, and I think, trout. And that's what happens. I start laughing. You know what I mean? I was like, camel. Camel. I might do camel. Camel. Not spell. Yeah,
this is what you call no holds barred radio.
So yeah, it's in what you're looking for, I reckon, Barry. Like I say, you look at your missus, right, and to you, she's the best. You know what I mean? You can't, man. I don't dispute that, bro. I wouldn't, because you can see it. Yeah. Now, if you can hold that focus and turn towards your enemy, I reckon you crack it.
Well, we all kind of, I guess, have to look inside ourselves and see beauty, because there's so much ugliness in the world that beauty.
Oh, we lost him. It's a real shame. I was going to bring it right back to the earlier part, see? But anyway, we might get him back. Prajna. No, it's not. I take that back. It's not Prajna. It's Kelly!
Hello! Yes, it is. And I wanted to interject with something about the CISPA stuff. I know you were going somewhere entirely different, but I'll just get this in for a minute, because Barry just rang in saying that it looks as if CISPA has not been passed, that it failed in the Senate. That's not confirmed yet, that's just out there. But yesterday, when I was doing my own work on the internet, I came across an article which I've got open in a tab here somewhere. I just got so many tabs open, I don't think I'll be able to find it. But anyway, this article was talking about an alliance, a Pacific American alliance thingy. And it made reference to the terms of this agreement that's been drawn up between certain Pacific Islands and the United States in secret is actually somehow worse than CISPA or equal to CISPA or something like that. I haven't fully read the article yet, so that's why it's still open in a tab. But yeah, I just thought I'd put that out there. So always look at the back door. You know what these people are like. They flash things in front of us and say, oh, look over here, and you don't look at the other hand. So, you know what I mean?
Did you get much of that, Barry?
Yeah, well, I just got back with you here a couple seconds ago. I didn't hear what Don was saying there, but I heard the last bit of it about the article. What did you say there, Don?
It was Callie, in fact.
Oh, Callie. Okay. Hi, Callie.
Hiya. Yeah, I was just saying I came across an article last night. Now, I've not read it yet. I just had a glance, so I've got it open in one of millions of tabs here. And it was talking about a treaty, an agreement between the United States and a group of Pacific Islands. I'm not sure which ones. There were a number of them. And the terms of this agreement that has actually been drawn up in top secret for a long time, whilst we've been looking at unions going on elsewhere. Apparently the terms of this somehow are worse than CISPA. They've got obviously a lot to do with communication. So, but yeah, dig around, have a look. I'll open the link before the end of the show. Anyway,
Google's already bought the internet. You've already bought it. Two-tier system of the internet. It's going to come in. That's what it'll do.
Yeah.
So.
Shouldn't be hard to find. Like I said, I haven't done the research yet, so I shouldn't really say too much. But I've had 3 tweaks on it so far today, and like I said, I just got in about half an hour ago.
Well, you know what'll happen? They'll try and pull this off. They'll try and pull it off, and the individual honourable men and women of Earth, also collectively known as Anonymous, they'll just take them out. There's millions. What do you mean hope? I tell you what, there's more chance of Anonymous starting it out than God. And he's the one who gives you hope.
Well, the American government's sure doing a lot of things behind the scenes, buddy, and a lot of it doesn't even get to the public's attention.
Well, you see, that's why I wanted to bring it back, Barry, for you, man. I wanted to bring it back, Barry. You see, the beginning of the show, and you didn't get it, man. You weren't there. So, it was basically about removing, you see, the either side of it. The victims. The victims are all victims. It don't matter, right? Either side of it. They're all victims. So you didn't get that bit. We were the desperados, you see. We were like in the middle. We were in the middle now. We're not going to point our fingers. I know you did, man. And then you kind of come in with a perfect example of what we're not going to do. So I thought I'd just kind of fill you in quick. You know. I thought you were off to the Dark City Survival store. Have you found the new Dark City Survival store, Barry? We're selling shovels at the moment.
Well, I'll have to look into that one, but I haven't seen it yet, so I'll have to look into that.
We've got heirloom seeds, yeah, they're very old. They're just knackered, really, but we're calling them heirlooms, because I think people are going to keep them for years. Nobody's going to plant them, are they? So we've got unplantable seeds. We've actually got, what else did we get? Where is he? Lee might be able to fill me in here. We've got cannabis oil coated peanuts. They're going, well, we've had to stop them. We found out the peanuts are GMO. Well, the cannabis was alright. But anyway, I dealt with all the cannabis oil and I've thrown away the peanuts. I'm in much better mood. Here we go. Go on, Lee. What else have we got? I know we had the peanuts. They've kind of completely sold out. Now we had some, was it charisma spray?
What was it? The underprice spray on heavy?
That was right, wasn't it? I can't remember. What was it? Undercover? Oh, I can't remember, man. I knew it had something to do with underpants spray. So we've had a few products that have come in just recently, and yeah, unfortunately they're all sold out. And my mug leaked.
The leaky mugs.
That mug's just brilliant. You know, I mean, they're great, but when you put your brew in them the second time, they melt. It's great. It's a great idea. Disposable mug. Great thing.
And you can't forget the Truth supplement red pills.
Oh! Now, we've still got some of them. We've actually got some of the red pills, Truth supplement pills. You take one of these, and yeah, you'll be unplugged from the matrix. Psychically. Okay? But listen, non-psychic people shouldn't buy them. You've got to be psychic for these to work. Alright? So we have still got a few of them left. Definitely. I think. Yeah, I think that's about it, wasn't it? I don't think there's anything left. All the t-shirts went. They went, like, this morning, man. They just kind of just disappeared. They were like, it was just unbelievable. And I never seen anything like it. It was phenomenal.
I think we've got a few hundred badges left. All you have to do is just send an email into Dark City Radio saying, can I have a badge, please? We'll send you one out.
Well, that's brilliant. I didn't know anything about the badges. I didn't, like I said, because I have to do the post. I have to take the post, so yeah, the t-shirts were, like I say, I had to post them. And the mugs I had to post. But I sent the rest of them back, because, you know, that disposable's like one thing, but the bottom falling out and something else. The charisma spray, that was rubbish, that, man. That was rubbish. Completely rubbish, so... Yeah, I sold all that on the car boat last weekend. That went well. So I just wrote flea spray on it. No, we'll know, will it? They're right.
Apparently it eliminates bullshit, that stuff.
Yeah, all right. No, I'm talking about the first lot of the stock. I mean, the only problems with that, man, there's been every dog in the neighbourhood has kind of like been howling at my neighbour's door, you know, since he sprayed his dog for fleas. That's just been hectic, man. I mean, that's perhaps not a good idea. The charisma spray, yeah. The bullshit spray, the anti-bullshit spray, that was the one. I don't know if there's any of that left. I really don't. But we have got more of the cannabis oil peanuts coming, apparently. There's supposed to be some of them more coming there on order. Mugs are on order. T-shirts are all on. Oh no, the mugs are. No, I'm lying. Excuse me. The mugs are on pre-order. We can only get, I think it's 34 at a time. It's only a little supplier, so they're on pre-order now. The mugs and the T-shirts are on pre-order as well. So if you want a hang on a minute, I can tell you if you do want a Dark City T-shirt, you can order it now, but you won't get it until. All right, so it's the 30th, so it'll be. Oh, it's only May. You'll get it in May. Yeah. 2014. So yeah, that's May, next May. So yeah, and they're really cheap actually. The T-shirts are how much are the I can't remember. I've been told I can't remember. It says on my little terror taper thing that comes up in front of me here on the laptop. Don't mention the price of the T-shirts.
2 Bitcoins 99, wasn't it?
And Barry, the mugs are real. Yeah, they are, mate. They are real. The mugs are real. The T-shirts are real. But the charisma spray, no, you can't have 4 tins of charisma spray, Barry. That's not real. That is actually a joke, but brilliant. Really, mate.
You got bullshit spray, though, I heard, eh?
No, that's not real, neither. We made that up. It's a comedy.
I could use some of that, man. Send it down to the government.
Yeah, the peanuts are real.
Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting, man.
Yeah, you can ship them all over the world. It's brilliant. I mean, apparently what you do is you ship 400 packets at a time.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to get on the program then.
Apparently the Chinese tried it against the United States with balloons. You know, they did it with balloons then, man. They were put all these paper balloons up, right, and they were going to, like, put them in the jet stream, and they were all going to come over with timers on and drop bombs all over America.
Oh, the Japanese were going to do the same thing in World War II, believe it or not.
Oh, it might have been the Japanese, man. Excuse me. I'm a bit ignorant. Yeah, you know.
Okay. No, they did have a plan, actually, in World War II like that, so there you go.
Yeah, man. So we're going to do it with peanuts from Europe towards the good people of England, man. Hundreds of packets of peanuts, right, on red balloons.
Well, as long as they don't come from Japan, because if they do, they'll be glowing in the dark.
No, I'll tell you what, once we put this out, we'll have every scally on every block of flats stood up there with his air rifle shooting them balloons down there to come over Britain, man. I'm telling you. They won't get far. That's how that's my only really decent idea on distributing cannabis seeds into the UK, actually, was them little hot air balloons. You know, the little tiny ones, the Chinese lanterns. But it's perhaps a stupid idea. I have a lot of stupid ideas as well as good ideas.
Hey, stupid ideas turn into good ideas, buddy.
Yeah, well, you just put them in a bit of clay, wouldn't you? You know, mixed with a little bit of sand and a little bit of loam and wet it and then put your seeds in it and mix it all together and get a catapult and you can get them just about anywhere.
Well, they don't call them a weed for nothing, man. They grow anywhere. Drop to the ground, they grow.
Oh, go on, Lee, mate.
I've just had an idea. Here's a project for your robo. How are you doing for building a long-distance drone that will make it across to Holland?
Yeah, I can do that. I've got some motor drivers here. Need some helicopter motors. I need a GPS plug-in. Yeah, I can do it. Give me all the stuff and I'll build it.
Right, I've got a report in from Mark Mann. Mark Mann went up to the, where was it? Hey, Tunbridge Wells. Was it Tunbridge Wells? Have we got that right? Football. They made it through to Wembley, and he's got up there and he went to see all the football team, but he's kind of said they're boring. He said he went over there and he went with all the rich people, and they didn't know anything about. The not council tax. What am I talking about? EMA, what's that? The bedroom tax. None of the players have been affected by the bedroom tax, nor have anybody up there the Social Security has been cut or altered in any way. But a couple of them now are getting out with the mortgages. So, but you know, it wasn't really good. Of course, I am joking. I am, of course, joking at this point. And I want you to actually... Actually, no, I'm not joking. I'm having further remarks coming in. That might actually be quite right. After all, it must be my psychic abilities again. No, of course. Most of what I do is in the interest of comedy. Of course, many of the things we do touch on, or I touch on, are quite serious things. They are quite serious things. And on an occasion, I have done quite, well, I call them performances. Ad-lib performances. Some people have said before, what's it about? And I don't know. I kind of just get on with it. I just make it up as I go along, or freestyle, they say. So, yeah. And so just, you know, for those people who have got offended, you know, for them people like, you know, who when I said, you know, if you're in merchandising and stuff and you're trying to merchandisers, you know, and I told you all to fuck off, and all them people who got offended because I'd said, like, fuck off, and there was no reason to me telling them to fuck off, like, you know, because that just wasn't very nice. So all you people who were actually, you know, reacted, you know, to me telling everybody to fuck off before in the past, then I just want to say right from the bottom of my heart, right from the bottom of my heart, and so everybody gets this, I just want you to know that you can all fuck off again. And the majority of what I do, don't take me seriously, you know what I mean? Even when I go on one of them mad rants about all them, I'm just doing it because, you know, for reaction. It's all about reaction. That's all I'm doing it for. It's reaction. Yeah, of course, I do want to actually see the land return back to, you know, well, not return back, but because it's rightfully theirs anyway, you know, to every man, woman and child on earth through the rites of passage of birth, you know. That's what I really want, you know, if I could, you know. But, hey, we did that, and nobody noticed anyway, so I reckon in about 10 years' time, they'll all go, hey, great, we've got a common here, innit? Well, by then, we'll be doing something else anyway, I'd imagine. Or maybe that's just the way it is. You know, maybe that's the perfection of it. You know? So, yeah. Good stuff from Mark, though. I must admit, brilliant. I've had some real giggles with Mark as well over the last couple of days. A real natural. So, yeah. Got me thinking about the television. I started thinking it'd be nice to have pictures. I could hear all them, like, with, you know, all the guys in the, oh no, we were just kind of getting there now, and he's gonna throw television in. No, it does say Darkcity Radio TV. And there has been a request now that we do television. So, so yeah. And another thing I'd just like to tell you, if you are actually on a transatlantic flight that's being piloted by American crew, please do not say the word fuck 3 times consecutively. Okay, don't say it. Don't go fuck, right? Because everybody will faint and the fucking plane will fall out of the sky. Alright, don't do it. It's not funny. Alright, Brian, you coming back? What? No, don't, man. Don't. Just make sure people don't do that. Yeah. Whatever you do, don't get on the BBC and talk about the fracking coops. Oh no, excuse me, you can get on the BBC and talk about fracking and the coops. That's alright. Who's that? Kelly. Must be Kelly. I'm looking at the laptop here. I'm looking at the wrong screen. I hope I'm looking. Is that Kelly? Am I looking from a week ago? It is. It's Kelly. What's that? Mr. Fuck off you too. Right, alright, yeah, okay, I got that. Excuse me, Kelly, go on.
Hello. Sorry to interrupt all this.
Don't be sorry, you're doing it again. She's doing it again. She's following us. Happiness.
So fat 3 times.
Fuck.
That's it. That's the way to get rid of your sorrow. Just shout fuck 3 times. Fuck. There you go. Feel tongue's better. Carry on.
That's my kind of spelling. Right, okay, so yeah, I found this article. That I was before. No, it's not funny.
Oh, it's not funny. Come on, I put a lot of time into this kind of like, you know, come on, let's be desperado. Alright, what category? If it's not in the funny desperados in the middle, right, are we putting it in the let's kill them all? right? Or are we doing it into everything's perfect and divine, there's nothing we can do about it, Ruth? Right, what section is it going in before we start?
It's going in the breaking headlines section. Requires...
we can't move it better. I'm sick of breaking things better. I just go to love it. Oh, go on then. If you insist, I hope it's not too depressing.
No. Oh, no, it's not depressing. Knowledge is power, for fuck's sake. It's empowering. So listen. Right. So the United States and 10 governments from around the Pacific are meeting yet again to hash out the secret Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, the TPP, on the 15th to the 24th of May in Lima, Peru. The TPP is one of the worst global threats to the internet since ACTA. Since the negotiations have been secretive from the beginning, we mainly know what's in the current version of this trade agreement of a leaked draft, which is linked in PDF, from February 2011. Based upon that text, some other leaked notes and the undemocratic nature of the entire process, we have every reason to be alarmed about the copyright enforcement provisions contained in this multitudinal trade deal. And it goes on. The TPP is likely to export some of the worst features of the US copyright law to Pacific Rim countries. A broad ban on breaking digital locks on devices and creative works, even for legal purposes, a minimum copyright term of the lifetime of the creator plus 70 years, and da-di-da-di-da, and it goes on into more detail. So just thought, to do some digging, see if that's got any substance to it or not. Because if they're allowing CISPA to be defeated in the Senate, then they've got another plan, I reckon. I'm just going by their MO, that's all. And to have some sort of knowledge of these things is really fucking helpful, don't you think?
I don't think we've got anything to worry about. Vostok's got flying space giraffes.
Sure.
So, I mean, it's not a problem. The space giraffes will sort that out. It's not, Absolutely. I'm thinking about raising the cohorts. Is it cohorts? Is that what they're called? Like hordes. I'm thinking about raising the hordes from the underworld of fluffy, cuddly demons. I think fluffy, cuddly demons don't get... Like what were they called? Them little things? Gremlins. Gremlins would be right, weren't they? But they've all got to be mugwai. Right, all of them. And when they don't, when they all split, they don't turn into horrible ones. They just turn into more. I reckon that's what we need. Underworld and overworld. Flying space giraffes. And,
zebras as well.
No, we're not allowed to mention zebras yet. They're still under testing. They're not ready for being risen from the underworld or descended from above. I think a lot of it, like I say, and I'm doing my best to stay focused on it here, is like, where is it coming from? How does it affect us? A lot of what we do, a lot of what we say, as an interaction with others, an emotional interaction, connection with others, what we do. Positions we take, the way we speak, the way we talk, what we do, the colours we wear, what jobs we do. Each one of us being a vital part of a ginormous integrated system. Already. That's where we are. We're already there already. That's what's happening. It's electrical, chemical. There's loads of them. There's there's more of them than I know about. You've got to go and get one of these clever buffing people and they'll tell you. But, like I say, joking, it's like I'm a rim raider, mate. I just raid the edge of the rim. That's what I do. And when the turds try and slip over the edge of it, I push them back in. That's all. That's it. It's a rim raider. And they've all got it the other way around, you know. They've got this hierarchical fucking system. They, is the hierarchy. You know what that circle is they draw around that pyramid, right? That's the rim. And we're all stood here we're looking down over that rim every day, watching them run about. Oh, look at them lot down there, what are they doing? They're fighting over the rich elite. Who are the rich elite? I ain't got a clue, mate. They're all equal in that realm, but they seem to insist that somebody's got more authority than somebody else. Wow! Well, what's the purpose? I don't know. Do you want to try something out? What do you mean? Do you want to experience something? What like? Feelings? What are feelings? Thump. Who the fucking hell are you lot? What's happening? What's this thing do? Well, of course. That's just fictional, isn't it? You know, it can't be really that there is no hierarchy and that we've created the hierarchical system to enslave ourselves. We did it to ourselves. Well, what would be the fun of that? If we were hyperdimensional creative beings, why would we create something to enslave themselves? Boredom. Boredom. I'm bored. That's what it is. It's just boredom. You're alright. Don't worry about it. There's nothing to fear. You've created a delusionary reality around yourself because you had nothing better to do. Or perhaps most of you are on medication and the others need to either drink the urine or smoke crack, I suppose. But at least you'd have an excuse, wouldn't you? You would have an excuse. You know, if you did, at least you could come up with a good excuse. You know, oh, I've got a dodgy leg, or, oh, well, you know, you'd have an excuse, wouldn't you? But, you know, for the most of us, there is no excuse. No, we don't smoke crack. We don't drink our own urine. We ain't got a dodgy leg. Most of us have fixed ourselves beyond what most could even compare. And most of that's not been done with, none of it's really done with pharmaceuticals. Everybody's got better with pharmaceuticals, to be honest. I think everything, it's just a matter of process, isn't it? You go through the process and you either die or you get off pharmaceuticals. It's just like, well, what's the difference, Bob? Well, at the end of it, you're dead. All right. But one of them, you die happy. The other one, you die a miserable fucking wreck in a hole. Phil, get in there, mate.
Yeah.
Go on.
I've got a request for Sarah to do a gremlin noise. Hello.
Hello.
Sarah, come on.
What?
Come on. You're on
you want me
you
to...
miss your cue.
I know I missed it. That's because I said I wasn't going to do it, and now they've just put me on the spot. So no, I ain't.
There you go. That fell flat for you, didn't it? That's what you get, man, for trying to pull them up on air like that. Go on, Sarah. Give us a little gremlin. You know you want to. Go on, Sarah. Get me a bucket of water. I want one.
Awesome.
Quick, throw her in the bath. That was great, that, wasn't it? That was brilliant, wasn't it? I had him here and I could see him. Where is he? Come on, where's he go? Sign in. Throw it in the bath. You'd have to, wouldn't you? You know, you'd have to. When I was a little kid, my dad took me to see a submarine, and I went in the submarine. There's a big red button there, and the captain of this guy, I don't know if he was the captain, but he was dressed like a captain, you know, the guy did. He was probably just a bleeding tour guide, you know, from Qantas. But I was young, right? And he's like, button, you know, looking at the button, saying, don't touch the button, looking at the button. He looked at me and smiled, and I looked at it, and he looked at me, and he went, nodding his head, because he wanted me to press the button, right? I got that. I was only about 6. I got that, the artistic performance, and I pressed the button, it lit up, and he went, It was staged, and my dad went off his rocker! This captain dude's like trying to calm me dad down, trying to explain to him. He was like, he goaded me into it, and it was like, part of me dad were having none of it. You told him not to touch that button. Sure, you won't believe it. So be careful out there. You see a big red button and it says press, just make sure your dad's not around. That's the moral of my story. Yeah, you'd be amazed how people react in situations, you know, when people confronted with authority. You know, my dad was he's still alive. I'm talking like him, he's dead. My dad was. No, he's alright, my old man. You know what I mean? Everybody's old man's alright, you know, but just how people react. Dead intelligent bloke, engineer, builds, really clever guys. Really clever bloke. You don't mind you take him within 25 yards of a church and something weird happens. Don't know what that's all about. That's a bit weird. You know what I mean? Really clever bloke, 25 yards of a church. Stupid. It's just what happens there. My mate John, his dad's like that as well, but he's the other way. He actually gets to the church and he's got a problem. He hasn't got a problem with it. He thinks it's real. My dad's alright. He's just got a problem with nothing. That's my dad's problem. God doesn't exist. That's his problem. It's a bit weird, really, when you think about it. How we react to things. You know, and then things can become like a almost a staple part of our lives. You know, the majority of what we're doing. Excuse me, I'm not very good with big words. But, you know, it becomes a big part of us. And it's all reactionary. It's just reactionary. It's not anything. The layers of the onion, you know, you peel them all the way through, you get to the middle of what you got. Fuck all. Huh? I went through all that. I went through all that to find out there were nothing. No, you didn't. You didn't go through all that. You didn't go through all them little layers and all them. You didn't. Not for nothing. You did it for the experience of knowing. You didn't have to. You didn't have to. That's how I see it. I don't kind of see like we should point our fingers at these other people on either sides of that fence. They were only us. Before they were desperados. Do you know? They were the Darkcity crew. They were anonymous. They were occupied. You know, many more. I'm just far too stoned to remember, to be honest. But there's been many. Rick. God, with us here, spending a bit of time with the crew. That was brilliant, wasn't it, last week? People coming in. Needed that, mate. So, yeah, there's been a lot. I say that, we're just a niche. That's all we are, just a little niche in it all. Just a little cog in a wheel that's turning round. We're on strike. Oh. You wear this wheel? Are you aware of this little cog that we all make? Are you aware? I tell you what, right, let's grind it to an halt, brothers and sisters. Let's just put a spanner in the works. Oi, big machine. This is the little cog speaking. Game over. It's the little cogs that keep the machine running. Not them great big wheels. Get one of them fly wheels running, I'm telling you, it'll run for a while, but eventually, like everything else, it'll just grind to a halt. The mechanical, machine men. They don't think. They don't feel. They don't suffer. There's no pain, no sense of it. And we judge them. We judge them. They were once us. They were once just like us, born here. Born here as boys and girls. Loved by the parents, well, most of them, I suppose. Like I say, my mum and dad loved me, but, you know, break out in front of the authority, and policeman here, bang, slap, what have you done there, don't fucking out. Oh, we just brought him back, you know, to tell you what a wonderful boy he is. Oops. I'm joking. So, yeah, reactionaries. Just grind it to an halt. That's how I see it. It's already happened. You know, we threw the spanners in the works. Machine ground to a halt. Oh, come on, I know, there's loads of people still living it in there, they're pushing it along. Look at them, there's thousands of them. It takes hundreds of thousands, millions of them just to keep it going. Every day. Every day. One or two just go, hang on a minute. Isn't this familiar? You know that? It's not like before. We've been here before, has it? Have we done this before? Has this happened? One or two every day. One or two. Well, come on, most of them just slip off into tomorrow again and they don't recognise it. Slips by them. maybe a year, maybe a month, maybe a day. And eventually, no matter how many times, it just gets quicker. Seems like you have the event and it doesn't happen again. It's such a long time before you're aware of it, but then it happens again. And then again. And then again and again and again. Until eventually you just don't slip out of it. You're in it all the time. You see it all the time. You don't have to keep focusing his energy towards this so-called them, or being in fear of ourselves, judging ourselves. Previous interactions, what? It's gone. I know what it's like to be abused. Tell you, somebody who can do it physically, they've had it done to them mentally. Somebody who can do it mentally, they've had it done to them emotionally. Somebody who can do it emotionally, has had it done to them fucking verbally. Never-ending circle. Abuse is abuse. One way or another. So yeah, let's be the desperados. I don't think, I mean, there's plenty of work going in Desperado Street, I tell you, plenty of room. Plenty of room. It actually does. When you take this like one side or the other and the gap that's in between the two, I'm telling you, there's plenty of space. Oh, yeah, you can have 3 or 4 bedrooms. It's all right, and you don't get no tax. It's big space. It's a huge space, right? Visible light field, little tiny bit, that great big area in between is huge. We haven't done nothing with it. We haven't touched it. We haven't been there. We haven't... What? What do you mean? It's all there already. Of course it is. There all along. It's huge. You can build anything you want there. Massive. It's not restrictive like this place is. Oh. So what do we do with it? It really is that simple. I mean, as an individual, it's a simple question. A real simple question. What do you do with this? Do you continue to focus onto other people and blame them for things that have happened that they aren't qualified to deal with anyway? I mean, you put them into a position of control. You put them into a position of authority. And don't start saying, oh, well, they took it and we were born into it. Yes, yes, that did happen, but there's no point bitching about it now. Well, it's not going to do us any good. 9/11 was an outside job. Come on, we all know fucking Charlie Rich planted the bombs in 9/11. Come on. Story's out now. Do you know what I mean? What we're going to do with it anyway? 7/7, oh yeah. Well, it all happened at the same time because people focus on, whatever. Difference doesn't make. It's still fucking going to happen again and again and again. Alright, it's just time for change. It really is. It's what it is. I mean, I can't tell anybody what we're going to change into, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't think it's like the butterfly effect type thing. We all lie down one afternoon and crystallise. It's a little like, and then a few days later we break out and we all fly away like beautiful little butterflies. It's like, I don't know, maybe that is the case. But I'm really beginning to buzz up here, mate, and enjoy this place, this world. And, for all its faults and, it could be alright here. We could, it is alright here. I know it's all kind of built on destruction. I know one thing just destroys another. It's all manipulation. Yeah. It's a dark, pretty, demonic place. Yeah, it is. I ain't hiding from that. It's our home, alright? It's our home now. It's ours. All of us. And we weren't big enough to do anything about it. We weren't. No, we are. It's not about what anybody else does for you, but what you put into it. What each one of you puts into it. It's yours. This fucking place where we're at don't belong to anybody. Same as the radio. It's not ours. It's yours. We're shouting from inside this city out to you. We're shouting. That's right. We're on the inside. And the inside of everyone. It's that little voice on the inside that's been telling you for ages. There's something not fucking right here. That's right, yeah, you're not listening to yourself. You need to listen to yourself. You're physical. Deep down inside, you listen to that. Not this bullshit that we're telling you out here. Listen to the streams. Don't listen to anybody else. Stop listening to them. Listen to yourself inside. Take a bit of time out. Take a few breaths. Switch off your fucking shit. Not forever. You don't have to then start going, it's time to take down the internet. What, because you've decided you don't like it? Chill out. Fucking hell. Oh, we should all be free. Yeah, if I want to be free to use the internet to chat with my mates, thank you. Fuck off. Straight away, I'm telling you, like a gang of non-smokers, aren't they? Oh, I don't smoke anymore with me, you know, because it's dangerous. I wish you wouldn't do it near me. Well, you know, fuck off inside. You know? Go and get an house. You do whatever you want in there. I'm outside. If I want to smoke outside, right, then fuck off. You know, all the time. They wander around, don't they? Non-smokers, people who don't eat fucking meat anymore, you know, they've saved a fucking tree. I'm only blaming on it, dearie. But that tree's got feelings and emotions. Did you ask it if it was alright? Somebody, just fucking leave us alone. We want to be different. We're not going to hurt anybody. We're not chopping the tree down, you know. We're not polluting the atmosphere. You know, what do we want to do? We want to have a bit of fun with us mates. That's all. With his family and friends, create something like, you know, what might just be worthwhile at the end of the day. That's too much to ask. Apparently so. Everybody seems to be enjoying it. Why don't you contribute? Contribute. Just contribute. Have you got anything you would like to contribute in the room here? No, nothing. Winnie, would you like, dearest, do you want anything to contribute to our... Oh, where are they? I'll just read the time. It's 22. I don't know if it's reading the time. 4. It's either 30, 22, 4 or 13. 13. Well, that's 13. That's a great number, isn't it? To our 13 listeners. No, nothing. You see. Neil, would you like to contribute to anything to our sermon this evening on whether we should face the light or the dark, or we should be desperados in the middle, standing for what's right and just for the people? No. See, I think that's it there. We've got absolutely nothing to say at all. And Sudama. There you go, Sudama. Come on, sir. Right, come on now, that's it. There's only Sudama. You can have all of it. Nobody dare butt in. In fact, before you do Sudama, everybody say goodbye, and then Sudama can take us right out, Sudama. Come on, mate.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Lee.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hey, I enjoyed your show, guys.
I'm never going to say goodbye to anybody.
Good morning, Robo. I was from the server. Do you want to say goodbye? Bye. Bye.
Bye.
I don't know if you can hear them a lot, but that was goodbye from her, goodbye from him, and goodbye from him, and that was good over to Sudama.
Hello. I was just going to say hello to Winnie and Paul and say I'm glad they sound like they're enjoying themselves in the background. The coughs.
Sounds like you guys have a lot of fun every time you get on the air.
Yeah, no, not always. Not always, but you did have to do it, didn't you? We want to let Sudama finish the show, and somebody would have to do it. You just have to go on then, Barry. We'll let you finish the show now, man. Give them all the website address and all the phone numbers and everything. Go on, Barry. Take us out, mate.
Hey, well, no, the only thing I would reiterate on what you said, Bertie, is about our conscious, eh? I think everybody in this planet, inside their bodies right now, inside their conscious, knows something's wrong. But what we do about it is up to us individually. I think we really have to look at that part of our being right now, because this planet is in a lot of trouble and there's a lot of things going on. And it's our conscious that tells us this. And we really have to look at it and listen to it and perhaps act on it. That's what I'm going to finish with the night with my comment. Right, well, it sounded a little bit like,
you can find us at www.darkcity.com, and if you ever do want to ring us up, there's other information you can find on that site. This is the Dark City Show. Robo, come on.
That's my website, darkcity.com. You'll have to go to darkcityradio.com.
No, I don't want to go. I want people to go to Dark City. Because look, if they come to Dark City Radio, right, we'll get more hits on the site. Hang on a minute. Are we trying to be popular or not? I'm getting all confused with this thing. You can't do this to me. Are we trying to be popular or are we trying to not be popular?
Do we have to have a choice too?
Oh, I don't know. What, we just stay as we are? Can we just stay as we are? I'm alright for that, me. What, no change ever? This is it? Is this it?
I was talking to a muted mic again. I forgot what I was saying again.
Oh, that's alright.
Anti-establishmentarianism. Is that what this is?
What?
But really, we're not trying to be anything, are we? Except for the anti-disestablishmentarianists.
Oh, I don't know. Them are far too big a words for me. I'm a bit stupid, me, from North. Go on, Dom.
Well, I'll say the word anti-disestablishmentarianism. There you go. Now, how's that for a tongue twister?
See, back up there, when you get that, go on, Joe.
Try and say that when you're drunk.
It's got something to do with somebody's auntie. That's all I know. I mean, is it a wedding or something?
Yeah, you could have tuned out after that. It's like, oh, too much.
I do, yeah. It happens with anything like more than, yeah.
I thought it sounded like a diet, what you eat.
Interesting.
Something Arianism.
And we can hear a baby. There's a baby
Yeah,
over here.
Barry and his mute. I don't know what it is. I just don't get it with our brother Barry. You know, a hyper-intelligent being from a far-off distant galaxy, you know, manages to land himself in a perfectly good body over here, and he still can't work out the mute button. It's incredible, isn't it? Isn't it? I know an astrophysicist who can't mute. He's done it. He's done it. Look at that. He got it. He actually did it. And then he cast Sora into the room house. I just stood all night for a bit of comedy, for a bit of light-hearted enough, and in my final moment, I was took out by that word.
You've been listening to Dark City Radio.
Please, remember, this production has solely been in the name of comedy. We do not take anything serious in your life at any time, at any place, anywhere, especially authority. I suggest if you come across authority, rapturous belly laughter should be incorporated absolutely immediately. If you could gather into groups and actually point your fingers and break into this, then yes. Dom, the final word. Thank you.
Do not listen to anything we say. Tune off and good night.